What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. So today we're going to talk about something that's a hot topic. I don't know if it's necessarily in the bodybuilding and fitness industry, but it's definitely a hot topic in the YouTube world, in the YouTube fitness world, rather. And, you know, we're seeing messages and stuff pop up, discussions in forums pop up now. Vegan Gains as well as Mark Blender both made videos about it. And that is Rich Piana's cycle that he put up on his Instagram. Now, I was surprised with how many people were shocked that he would do something like that. Now, before I even get started, I actually talked to Rich, I don't know, a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he was telling me what he was going to do, and I was like, wow, it's an interesting thing. Now, you know, I don't know, you know, what other people think about this. You know, I'm starting to figure it out now by watching these videos and hearing what people are saying, or reading what people say in the forums and getting the messages and emails I'm getting. But here's the deal. One thing that I have to disagree with on Vegan Gains and Mark both is, for Rich's size, the amount of gear that's inside that cycle is not really that much. I mean, Rich is a fucking near 300-pounder, you know, all the time, all year long. Now, Vegan Gains, nor Mark, nor myself have ever been around the 300-pound mark, so we don't even know what it takes to get there. But, you know, I'd suffice to say it's probably more drugs than the average person would have to take, and that would be just like a baseline. So, you know, I read the thing what he said, and to use the amounts that he's using, it's really not that much for his size. Now, that being what it is, Vegan Gains was also right about kids mimicking what he's going to do exactly to a T by taking those amounts. Now, if he's a 150-pound teenager and they mimic what Rich does, that could possibly be bad. Now, here's the thing. Rich disclaimed flat out in the video, he said, I'm not telling anybody what to do. As a matter of fact, don't do what I do. I'm just showing you how I do what I do. And that's pretty much all you can do. Okay? Shutting up and being quiet about it, they're just going to go somewhere else and find some other bullshit and fucking try it. It doesn't matter who says what. Kids are going to be kids, and they're going to do what they do. When I first started, I remember I asked people around the gym, and, you know, I personally was scared of what the stuff could do to me, so I started out rather low. Nowadays, people don't have that fear. Kids don't have that fear. They want to take more and more and more results faster. So my thing is, you know, if they got a 10cc bottle of test, they're probably going to run that 10cc in like fucking 3 weeks now, whereas back in the day, we do it in 10 weeks. So, you know, it's a change, you know, change with the times where kids fucking are going to do what they want to do, and they're going to fucking overdo things anyways. At least maybe now, you know, people like Rich and Boston, Lloyd, and these guys that are talking about this stuff openly, they have more of a concept of, you know, what's really going on and what they're doing. Whether or not it's right or wrong is, you know, fucking, everybody's got a different opinion about it. My thing is, like, you know, who the fuck are we to say somebody's doing something right or wrong? Period. I mean, there's lots of things out there that can fucking hurt you. I mean, you drive down the street, there's fucking cigarette fucking boards, you know, billboards up that fucking have Joe Camel smoking cigarettes that kids see that fucking attract them to that. And kids at like fucking 12, 13 years old start smoking. You know what I mean? And that's just generalized public accepted what goes on in society. So I look at shit like that and I'm like, you know, is it really a whole lot different than fucking kids starting to smoke when they're fucking 12 because of shit they see? You know, they're not informed at 12, and maybe if the fucking tobacco companies inform them, they might not fucking do that, which things like the truth.org and stuff, hey Brady, I hear you coming in, are starting to do that and educate people on stuff like that. But, you know, education I think is key, but, you know, anybody can hurt themselves at any time, and it is the individual's responsibility, whether they're fucking younger or older. If they decide to do something, that is on them. It's not on Rich, it's not on Boston, it's not on me, it's not on anyone. That being said, we'll just kind of take that and push it aside. Now, another thing that was said, and I actually spoke to Rich and Boston, I've spoken to several people about this, is the legalities of talking about what you're doing. Now, doing an illegal drug is illegal. That's why it's an illegal drug. That's why you can't do it. But, you know, saying that you're doing stuff like this, could it, you know, there's, you know, speculation saying, oh my God, it opens him up for this, it opens him up for that. Well, first of all, Rich doesn't have any sponsors. He is his own sponsor. He's got his own company. So he can talk openly about the shit, which that's why most people don't talk about it openly. It's not about the legality of it. Here's the thing. I worked with security, which was just like security guards, which was IPC, which worked very closely hand in hand with police. And I also did private police, which was for the Rouse Company earlier when I was younger. And, you know, we understood different laws and what we could and couldn't do. And saying on camera that you're going to do something or writing it on Instagram does not give someone probable cause, okay? It is not real. The internet is not real, okay? Even if you say something like, I'm doing this, does not mean you're really doing that. So if you wanted to get a warrant, the police would have to go to the judge, ask for a warrant. The judge would have to say, what probable cause you have? He made a video on YouTube. Okay, do you have an undercover in there that's seen the stuff in his house? No. Has anybody bought anything off of him? No. Have you seen the stuff on camera in his house? No. Well, what have you seen? What's your probable cause? I had a piece of paper with his handwriting on it. Okay, that's not probable cause. That could be just a made-up fictitious thing for this character that's fucking Rich Piana plays on his video. You can't just charge into someone's house and arrest them for that. Now, if they did do something like that, and they go to his house, and let's say Rich actually, hypothetically, Rich was doing all this shit, he kept everything off that location, and they never found anything. What did you have? You had a fucking piece of paper that I was fucking making up something to start my business off of, and you came in my fucking house and you ransacked my fucking house. I'm going to fucking sue you. Rich is not under oath in a court of law where lying would be fucking illegal. It is not. It's not what everybody thinks. You don't automatically say that guy over there has drugs in his house and the police fucking go kick his door down. You would have to say that guy has fucking drugs in his house. They would have to do some kind of investigation. It wouldn't be. You just can't fucking point the finger and say this is over there. There has to be proof of it, and there literally is no proof other than Rich saying I'm doing this and writing on a fucking piece of paper, which technically doesn't mean it's true. There's a lot of shit online that's not true. Even if you said to someone's face, yeah, I take fucking 12,000 milligrams a week, doesn't mean it's fucking true. Does not give you probable cause to kick in their fucking door with a warrant. Now, could it start an investigation? Possibly, but you know what? Being that, Rich is so over the top and, he's got this 5% thing going, it's like a character that he plays, basically, even though it's really him, that doesn't give them probable cause to go in there and kick his door down for fucking, drug use, even though he says he's using it. He hasn't shown it on camera, hasn't showed himself injecting it, hasn't showed where he fucking stores it, hasn't shown that he even actually has anything illegal. There are rappers all over the fucking country in America talking about their fucking Glocks they got and popping fucking caps and fucking smoking blunts and banging fucking rails of weed and ecstasy and fucking, all this shit. They're always singing about it. They're talking about it in interviews. All this bullshit. You even got fucking people like Rihanna smoking a blunt in a picture, and she don't have a fucking prescription for it, but they can't prove that's marijuana in the picture, that she's smoking the blunt. Everybody knows it's probably fucking weed, but the bottom line is there's no probable cause. You can't prove it. You have to prove something before you can get a warrant to go kick their fucking door in to arrest them. So until Rich comes up and holds a vial on the fucking camera and says this is full of fucking illegal substances, draws it out, shoots it in his fucking ass on camera, and then puts it in a fucking place in his house and films it and says, I have a fucking stash here. Even then, they would have to say, how do we know it's not staged like a movie for his image? They would have to prove that somehow. They would have to find out like where it came from, do a big investigation, and the bottom line is, based on just fucking someone's reputation and what they have online, it's very difficult to do that and get that fucking warrant to start the investigation to find out whether or not he has a couple bottles of test in his house. Now, it's different if stuff was being shipped to his house and it got caught. Now they know that there's illegal substances going to the house. They can get a warrant. They can go to the house and find whatever's in the house. But that's not what's happening. It's just Rich talking on camera, doing videos, which so many of them are so over the top, you don't even know what the fuck. You got people saying, Rich is lying. He put synthol in his arms. Okay, well, if he's lying about synthol in his arms, then what makes you believe he's actually taking what he's fucking taking or has anything at all? And it's not prescribed HRT. That he's not trying to keep up an image. I've heard, bullshit like, Rich uses fake weights. Okay, if he's using fake weights and he's fucking lying about synthol, what makes you think it's the steroid? You see, like, there's too many arguments to go against, the fact that he's really doing something. So, I mean, I don't see the legality. People have been talking openly informed for fucking years. The bottom line is, doesn't give someone a probable cause. Do they monitor, does law enforcement monitor these forums and stuff? Yes, they do. There's absolutely people in there. And, there is points in forums where people are talking and, they talk about all kinds of shit in these forums. And you'll have the moderator say, hey, you're getting a little too fucking risky. Take this to fucking private message. So there is a line that can't be crossed. Like, you start giving them fucking tracking numbers from a package he's waiting for or some bullshit like that. Like, now that's something that the fucking police can actually go to the fucking postal service, track the fucking package, find it, open it. They could do shit like that, which obviously, is illegal, bottom line. But the thing is, you know what? Like, I don't think anything's going to fucking happen to him. I don't think he's going to get fucking arrested unless he crosses that line, which he has not done. Technically, what he's done now is told a story on social media, which doesn't mean that it's fucking true. Okay? And even though, all of us could be like, oh my God, it's true, he's doing this. That's not enough for probable cause. That's not enough for a fucking warrant. So understand that, just because you see something on the internet doesn't mean it's fucking true. How many times have you heard fucking people say you cannot function on less than 500 grams of carbohydrates? You need no cardio to get fucking lean. Steroids don't work. All these fucking claims and things that people say online that are not true, and you think that they're going to get a fucking warrant for somebody that just said he's fucking going to take some steroids. That's not how that works. So bottom line is I think everything will be fine in the end. Is it something that I personally would do? I personally have gone against talking about stuff until it's way in my fucking past. when the statute of limitation is up and nothing can happen to me, which I just don't want to take the chance if something, you know, my luck, I have the worst luck in the world. My luck, there would be some kind of fucking loophole somewhere in the state that I live in to fucking come after me. So I just, you know, kind of stray away from that. I don't even like to talk about using peptides or any of that shit because it's illegal. And if I say, yeah, well, I'm using this right now, you know, technically they could look into like credit card receipts and shit from peptide companies. And you say, okay, he ordered this peptide from this fucking company and he says he's taking it. He obviously got it. That's enough probable cause to make the link, and you're using the postal service to get something, to do something illegal. Like, there's jumps like that. So be aware, there's a lot more than what goes on and what you think fucking goes on in getting these warrants and stuff. And more people would be to fucking getting busted for fucking stupid shit that they talk about, which you can't without fucking actual evidence or fucking undercover something going on to prove that it's going on. So, biopsytraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biopsytraining.com is a blog. It's a no probable cause bicep, and we're out.